里有前面那一块，那里有门出来的那个那一块太高了，花了一盘。就跟你说了啊，那个1200在那边要租个那样子，就是要跟你这种派票拿来走，那个是他们交往单期也小差10年，人家也不要翻的。7月他可是来一定要再记住他。
他地上挖掉种菜，把你弄。
Columbus Morning Edition tomorrow morning until 9. Listeners supported 91.9 KBCR. On inland freeways right now, things heating up coming in on 60, heading into Riverside interchange. Things start to slow down about Valley Way. Slowdown continues all the way through the interchange. Then as you head to Moreno Valley, things don't loosen up on that 215 south coming out of the transition and then southbound again.
今年第2年嘛，那一年他才刚刚结束，所以2年嘛，那还有2年。
It's all things considered. And I'm Rachel Martin. Coming up, Greece's last-minute offer to Europe.
And how the Greek euro crisis looks to people in Germany.
Many Germans feel like the Greece government, they were just a wave.
就跟你说，现在要进出那1200在让看有一个样子呢，就是回来了，这都是。
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Craig Wyndham. Several of the nation's largest airlines are being investigated by the Justice Department for what it calls possible unlawful coordination. NPR's Brian Naylor says the government is looking into whether the airlines colluded to keep the number of available seats limited, a move that would keep airfares high.
The probe comes as the airlines have been making record profits, nearly $20 billion over the past 2 years, according to the Associated Press. According to the investigation, the airline industry has been steadily consolidating, with just 4 carriers controlling some 80% of the domestic market. Senator Charles Schumer of New York said it's hard to understand with jet fuel prices dropping by 40% in the past year, flight ticket prices haven't followed. The industry group says it's confident the Justice Department will find that, quote, our members compete vigorously every day. Brian Naylor, NPR News, Washington.
Investigators say it appears the fire that destroyed a black church in South Carolina last night was not deliberately set. Arson is being blamed for at least 3 other places at predominantly black churches since the deadly shootings at a church in Charleston, South Carolina. Attorney General Loretta Lynch
occurred in predominantly black churches in South Carolina, but also in other states here in North Carolina and Georgia, and some also in other parts of the country.
Law School. A man who was apparently bitten by a shark off the coast of North Carolina today is being treated for serious wounds. He was swimming in waist-deep water about 25 feet offshore. Shark researcher Chuck Bangley says that is the 7th attack in the state in the past 3 weeks.
Shark bites per year. Already up to about 3 times. White reef here.
This is news.
KBCR News. California's vaccine debate may not be over yet. Jerry Brown signed the end of the personal belief exemption into law. A leading opponent has filed a referendum on the measure. That opponent is former Republican Senator and gubernatorial candidate Tim Donnelly. He will have 90 days from yesterday to collect more than 365,000 valid signatures from California. The measure has drawn opposition from both ends of the political spectrum, particularly parents who question the vaccines despite strong scientific evidence that they're safe. But it passed by healthy margins in both chambers of the legislature and was quickly signed into law by the governor. A new California law requires all smart cars sold in the state to be equipped with kill switch technology. The law took effect today. The software will automatically be activated on new phones unless buyers
BID 为什么 BID 线我都没有下单？我的那个从去年10月下一个再没下单。超贵。他说因为震荡在他们 sales 里面，所以
the 10 east of the 215. It's like at least one car is on the right shoulder, eastbound on the 10 near the 215, and it looks like a fire department on the way. So I'm not sure if that car is on fire.
他没有下单，等于说你可能也没有看明显的，因为媒体可能上次下到现在还没走完。
With a look at the traffic map now, things slow on the 91 east from about Weir Canyon as usual. Really always starts to slow down there. Slow all the way past the 241, and then at about Green River speeds are in the 30s. Things pick up after you cross the 71, so not too bad through Corona today. Southbound on the 15 from the 91
找那个帕拉马也没有消息，找那个
north and south on the 71 between the 60 and the 10 are slow drive today, and the 10 east drive from the 57 traffic reports reported in part by it's 5:30.
Support for NPR
没了
comes from NPR
谁
member
沙卡麦
stations
就上次拿了200这里玩，这
Japanese
里玩
make
了。
full-body massage chairs, including the Flex 3S for pre-programmed shiatsu massages and full-body stretch sessions at inadausa.com. That's INADAUSA.com. From Progressive Insurance with its Apron Project, celebrating progress and the people who make it happen. And from the Kresge Foundation, expanding opportunities in America's cities through grant-making and social investing. More at kresge.org.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Robert Siegel.
And I'm Rachel Hurd. The Greek Prime Minister said today he is willing to compromise to save his country from financial chaos. He said he'd work with European leaders on a new credit deal, but those leaders say they won't talk about that until Greeks vote in a referendum Sunday. Greece's previous loan deal expired yesterday. The banks are still closed, and the country is very close to broke. Joanna Kakissis has the latest from Athens.
In a short televised address, Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras told Greeks that he was still fighting hard for them.
We've been fighting all these months to protect your pensions and to make sure you have respectable ones. The proposals the lenders tried to blackmail us into signing That's why we declined. That's why they're taking revenge on us now.
That revenge, he says, is the closing of Greek banks and a limit on cash withdrawals until at least next week. Economist Platantinios says the European Central Bank had been using Greek government bonds as collateral to finance the banks. As the previous bailout expired yesterday, that collateral may now be worthless.
So that would mean really big problems for the banks. The amount of money that banks have on which they can lend will almost disappear.
The bank closures are affecting Kostas Youdadis. The small fabric factory where he works can't pay him until the banks reopen and credit is restored. The Prime Minister says Greeks should not regard Sunday's vote as a referendum on the euro. But Youdadis says that's exactly how he sees it. If we drop the euro and return to our old drachma, he says, we will all be crying in our mother's arms. Gedon Dijsselbloem, who leads the Eurozone finance ministers, hinted that the blame for the crisis lay mostly with the Greek government, and he apologized to Greeks who feel like their expulsion from the euro is imminent.
I can just say that I'm very sorry about the situation, given the strong determination of the Greek people to be a part of Europe and to remain a part of the Eurozone, in which we fully support them.
Tsipras has asked Greeks to vote no on Sunday's referendum in order to get a better deal from creditors. For NPR News, I'm Joanna Kakissis in Athens.
No country is playing a more critical role in dealing with Greece than Germany. Germany has the most powerful economy in Europe. It's home to the European Central Bank, the ECB, and it's the key political dealmaker. German public opinion has been stacked against Greece from the beginning of this crisis. The Germans feel that the Greeks deserve the consequences of their actions. To hear more about the German view, I'm joined now by Roman Platter. He's deputy head of the business and economic section of the newspaper Die Zeit. He joins us from Hamburg to the program. Welcome, hello. As we hear news about the very real fears and crises on the streets of Greece, how would you describe the mood in Germany?
Well, actually, were just delaying them for several weeks when there was just enough time to get a deal done. But the other side is that in Germany itself, economically speaking, actually it's like living on an island at the moment. So unemployment is low, growth is doing well, and I think we do not feel all the economic problems some other countries in the Eurozone might face at the moment.
When you say you feel like you're living on an island, you feel like you're living on a very pleasant island.
That's right, and so I think there is no huge outrage about Greece. That's not the case. Another side is that, of course, there are some politicians who think we have to rescue them because they fear that if the euro collapses, the whole Eurozone
Well, does maintaining the Eurozone and maintaining the euro as a currency, does that trump whatever sense of fairness Germans might have, thinking that it's only fair that Greece honor its obligations?
Well, I think that's at the heart of the economic thinking of, for example, Chancellor Angela Merkel. She once said she wants to run the economy like a Swabian housewife, which refers to doing economic policy in a way like running your household. That means don't spend more money than you have. And that's what a conservative constituency expects from her. And given the fact that Germany had social security reforms 10 years ago when former Chancellor Gerhard Schröder, he had to resign afterwards because people did not support these reforms. Now we are benefiting from these reforms, and many Germans think we had this hard time and we expect the Greece people doing this themselves.
How did Germans react to the argument that, yes, Germany said we should run this like a sound German household? On the other hand, by including Greece in the Eurozone, you more or less said to an improvident member of the family, go run up a bill. You can now borrow money as if you were German at very low rates.
I see your point, and I think that's an argument often made by other countries criticizing Germany. The answer you would get from many German politicians is that when Greece joined the euro, they actually betrayed the other countries in the Eurozone with delivering wrong numbers about their growth rates, about their economic situation. And they basically lied their way into the Eurozone. And that's something many people are still kind of struggling with. And that makes it so hard for many Germans to say, well, actually, we bail out Greece anyway. But that's a problem, in my personal opinion. That's a problem because it's very backwards looking. It doesn't help us in the future. Now we have to deal with the situation. They're in the Eurozone, and we have to deal with it.
Roman Plether of newspaper Zeit in Hamburg, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
If you want to fly in or out of Delaware, good luck, unless you have your own plane or the cash to charter.
Delaware is now the only state in the country that does not have access to commercial flights.
That means Delawareans have to make the schlep to Philly or Baltimore if they want to fly.
To Philadelphia, it can take about 45 minutes to an hour. To Baltimore, it can be an hour to an hour and a half.
Scott Goss, a reporter for the News Journal of Wilmington, says Frontier Airlines quietly withdrew from Newcastle Airport last week. It had been the only airline offering service in the state.
Frontier isn't the first to depart Delaware. Since the 1960s, United, Delta, and U.S. Airways are among the companies that have come and gone.
The problem is Delaware's proximity to those other cities. Scott Goss says Frontier began canceling flights last October. That's when it started adding flights out of Philadelphia International Airport.
Those connecting flights that are able to get there may be more profitable for the company, but it wasn't that the service wasn't used or wasn't popular here in Delaware.
In fact, Goss says people were using the airport. Flights were more than 80% full.
But there is no regulation that says Frontier or any airline has to commit to an airport.
Airlines are not required to sign any type of contract promising to provide service for any length of time. They can come and go as they please.
So this is what Delawareans get. Turbulence. investigation after the governor ordered a private school to fire a powerful legislator. Maine Public Broadcasting's A.J. Higgins explains what led up to this.
These are dark days for Maine's governor. All the age has lashed out at legislative leaders after they secretly held his budget and substituted Governor Warren. He was so angry he brought reporters to his office to show them how he felt about the legislative process. He unveiled a Christmas tree with ornaments that featured pictures of lawmakers who opposed his budget. And beneath the tree, several had dropped his.
This is going to be our little Christmas tree. This is the little piggy bank that the appropriators have behind the scenes when none of us are involved.
In retaliation for hijacking this budget, LePage has threatened to veto every bill. Most of those, such as the state budget, the legislature has overridden. That's done little to improve the governor's demeanor. During a question and answer session at a boy-student government retreat, LePage told the son of a newspaper cartoonist he'd like to shoot his father because of his offensive drawings. He later remarked that some lawmakers should be executed for supporting state welfare programs. LePage dismisses his verbal gags as jokes and attributes his rough sense of humor to a hard-scrabbled childhood. He ran away from home and grew up alone on the tough streets of Lewiston, Maine. Democratic House Speaker Mark Eaves doesn't appreciate LePage's humor or the rationalization for his threats and insults.
The governor's upbringing and ability to make something out of himself and be governor of the state is one thing, but the way he conducts himself as a governor, I don't think is a fair representation of how generally people would like to think of Maine and its leader.
Speaker Eaves frequently clashes with LePage and now finds himself at the center of a controversy that some lawmakers say would lead to the governor's impeachment.